And Ashish, were you able to get the access of the system same as me?
No. Yes, yes, I'm able to get the access.
And are you able to see the same programs that I have created? What is that
Yes.
program, if you remember? No, no, this one. That's the internal tables, maybe. It's this one, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, I'll just give a quick recap of what we have discussed for really be helpful for Sarvesh as well. So since Sarvesh, you can see here. So we have already created global structures and local structures, right?
Okay.
So what is the basic difference of global and local structures? And the most important thing about structure is it doesn't hold any data. It looks just like tables, database tables, but it does not hold any data. So structures are mainly for program purpose. As I said, you might have to display some sort of output in a report where has some columns. All those columns you have to first gather in one single box. That is what structure is. So then that will you will use in your internal program to get data inside that internal table, and you will display that whole structure as an output. So that is the basic idea. Why do we need structures? Again, we discussed how do we create it through SE11. That will be a global structure. When we create through SE11, it can be accessible to any objects of the SAP or ABAP. But when you create something like this using types, Mara, or something like this, if you create, it becomes only programs instead. So this structure you can access only inside this program. So if you want to TY Mara, you go in some different program and write this internal table declaration, then it will not allow you. Okay, so this is the structure. So I had a requirement like I have to display some details of Mara table in the output, but you don't have to display all since Mara is a big table. It has almost 250 columns. You don't want to display all of that. You just want some 4 to 5 columns. That is why I have taken only 4 to 5 columns from that table and created a small local structure. Okay, so once I created a local structure, it is very important to create an internal table for that structure. So if you see here, there are again for declaration of internal table, we have 3 different methods. Like using a structure that is local structure, using a structure that is global structure. And there is also method you can directly declare using a standard database table. So
Okay.
here, if I like this Z student one was created as a V table, you can give directly in Mara also. Okay. So these are the basic 3 methods we create internal table. Ashish, you are clear about this topic, right? So any doubts here for declaration of internal tables? And the syntax of internal table declaration is data, your internal table name. Internal table name can be anything as per your user defined. There is no restriction for that. And it will be a type table of as a keyword. And then your structure, DB table or local global structures. Okay, this is the syntax for internal table.
Yeah, is it compulsory to put IT before table?
No, not
Table name?
necessary. You can directly take as table 1, table 2, table 3, something, anything you can take. You can take your name also. But again, to tell you, we have to tell you every time you create any internal tables or any variables in your program, actually before your project starts, generally we have some naming conventions given by the projects. That will be different for different projects. And once you get that naming convention from the project business, so you will have to follow the same. You cannot go in a client of the server and go create something like Ashish type table of internet. Something you don't do it. Correct? So they will have some specified set of rules for writing every objects of your ABAP. So you have to follow that generally. So we generally follow ITR. It just defines as an internal table. That's it. STR by we keep it is because of that STR is a structure. Something like that. Generally, every project have their own naming conventions. Some will give you like data LT they'll give or GT as a global table, LT as a local internal. Something they have their own nomenclatures. So that you have to follow. Okay. So as you said, IT is not compulsory to give. You can give any name here. So whatever is there inside this, you can give any name of your choice. Type table will whatever comes in blue that is like a keywords in the ABAP. So after this, structure and database table has to be present in this table. So you cannot give something which is not present. Right. So I'll give Mara one. This is not a table or a structure. I'll try to activate. It will give. Oh, I think anybody has. Oh, okay. There is a Z table. Mara one is a. Oh, view. Yes. So I'll just give Mara 10. I think that is not a table. It is only an error. Mara 10 is unknown. It should be either database table, it should be either the transparent table, or it should be structure. So that's what internal tables are. Then we also saw how do we declare a work area. Work areas are what? So it is as an internal table, as we say table, it holds many data. Work area means at any point of time, it can take single record every time. So that is why. So if you want to process all the data of internal table, you cannot directly process every data. So first you have to first select particular record, make some modification, then pass it to the internal. That's how it works. So that is the reason why we need this work area. Correct. So this work area was clear, Ashish and Sarvesh about it?
Yes.
Okay. So and we had seen something like
This type has table of
yes,
means,
I was about to explain. There are basically three types of internal table.
okay.
I must explain types of internal table. One is standard. Whatever standard means, whatever these types. These are the standard internal table. Next is sorted. And third is hash. Right. So what is the use? Standard is same as this one. This is your standard table. Sorted means you have selected some data and you have sorted it depending on manner or anything ascending descending. Then this becomes sorted internal table. Right?
Okay.
Sorted. Okay. So what is hash now? So again, your data can be anything, right? So inside your table, you might have any type of data. So there can be duplicate data also, where all the call fields are same, and there can be non-duplicates also. So generally, what happens? This your sorted internal tables and standard internal tables does not check anything like your duplicate record or anything. It blindly gets all the data whatever we are selecting from the table. But this is not the case with your hashed internal table. Hashed internal table only takes the data which has unique records. It cannot accept duplicate records. Suppose we say Mara. I'll say Mara, inside Mara table, what is the key field? Only Matler is a key field. So by default, you will have all the records which are unique, correct? But what if there are some tables which has more than 5-6 column, more than 5-6 unique key defined, and you are only selecting all the key fields. There is high possibility that you will get duplicate entries. So in those cases, we generally use we don't use at all in hashed internal tables. Just for your theoretical knowledge, it is required. That hashed internal tables cannot accept the duplicate entries, whereas sorted and standard have it. So I think we have explained it here as well. Sorted internal tables, standard internal tables, and hashed internal tables. We don't accept the duplicate records. Must by at least one key field should be unique. Pushing data, okay. This pushing data we will see in later on when we actually work on internal table operations. So these are hashed internal tables. Sarvesh, you have this PPT, right?
No, I've
You don't.
no,
Okay, I will
yes,
share. I will share.
yes.
Okay. So I think till now it was clear for you also, Ashish, right?
Yes.
Regarding internal tables, and we also saw select query. So how do we write a select query? This is the syntax. Field 1, field 2, field 3 from table into table internal table, right? So it is always the prerequisites are whatever table you are writing here, your internal table declaration should be of type this one only. So if I double click on IT table, this is TY Mara. Again, in TY Mara also we have selected only Mara fields only. That is why it is not showing. If you give table one, that is also fine. If you give TY Mara, that is also fine. But you cannot give this one. So once if you give like structure new, I try to give table two here. So it will show me an error that both are not compatible because the column that structure is different and your select query has different columns. Right? Here Matner and here, sorry, it's okay. Employee number, ER num and Matner you are given. But here Matner, ERST, something like this. I try to activate. It is taking. Why? Because you also have a key field as Mara here. Matner we found it. That is why it is taking. ER num is also there in Mara type. Generally, if I just try to give some random structure, or I'll just give the type table of KMU. This is also a standard table. Okay, just a second. Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes, hello.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. So this is not giving you any error. But and now if I give type table of change name, it is still taking some issue with this system, I guess. It should not ideally, it will throw you an error that table 2 is not compatible with Mara. This is not at all acceptable, but maybe they for this client they have all the reset all the errors, logical errors. Type declaration internal table should be same as select table. Okay, so is it clear this one?
yes. So time.
Table. So then we have sorted your sorting can be of any type, sorting descending. Generally, if you don't, there is an option like you can give like this also. Don't sort anything like this. This is also acceptable. But what happens here? By default, it will sort on key fields. Key field ascending. Okay, here you have mentioned the key field, it will sort on MATLAB. Sort on MATLAB ascending. When you don't give ascending and descending, that by default it will be sort on ascending. Here, if you have given ascending, then it will sort on ERSDA, SDA, ascending.
Sorting is the means in that IT table fields
Yes.
will be sorted in the ascending and
Yes,
order.
yes. The data from that field. Data
Okay.
inside your internal table gets sorted out.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want, I'll just show you on debug now how does it looks like.
Yes. Sure.
You just activate and I try to execute this. I have put a breakpoint here and I have put a breakpoint here. Activate it. And I have selected the data.
Your voice is coming
Hello.
low.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Now.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is 21,645 data. I think we have selected all the data from the internal table. That's why. So if you see, you can see now there is everything data is not in a sorted manner, right? It is all random. Now if you see, I'll sort this one, IT table. So everything matter is sorted. As I said, it will sort on the key field ascending order. 50, 20, 38, 43. It is in ascending order.
Yes.
And the second statement also works the same. If I give sort by matter, it won't make any changes because the data is already sorted. Now third, I have given sort ascending as per ERSDA. That means the date field. I have sorted on this field. Then it will change the data. I'll just give write F5 single step. So it will show something like this. It has sorted upon ERSDA. Correct?
Yes.
So is it clear about sorting now?
Yes.
Okay. So again, once you have done your select query, sorting is everything is done. So we have something called describe tables. So what is a describe table? We have we just have to find the number of entries in the table. How do we define? Syntax is I'll just press the same syntax syntax remains as describe table. Your internal table, IT table, lines. Here, I'll just you have to give a variable name here. So I think for variable also we have discussed, right, Ashish?
Yes.
I'll just write a variable here. Time. Line here. So this is your okay, no, sorry. This is a syntax, right? Variable. This is the syntax. And the next one is so what happens is whatever the data in whatever how much is the data inside your internal table you will get in this variable. That's it. There is nothing inside there. And just show. So now your internal table is having 21,000 entries. So when you press the first, var is empty. When you execute 66 line, you press F, first step, then you will get why it is not taking the whole entries because we have declared it a type 4, but the value here is of type 5, like 5 digits, but we have declared only 4 digits. Right.
Yeah.
So if I make a change like change this as 5 digits. Then it will show you proper data. Is go to desktop 3. IT table is this var is empty when I press single step. So now it is showing properly. This is the length issue. Okay. This is what describe table is. So we also have data declaration. I think Sarvesh, you are aware about it. So what are data
Yes.
declarations? So how do we declare data inside any program or ever? These are the methods like data where you can give length here also, or you can give like char 5 also. So you can
Okay.
remove this one. This is also method. Similarly, it goes for noun. And give noun 5 also. Or you can give what is here 5 and here only n, like n. This is also fine. Okay. So these are the types of declaration we have. Length, syntax I have given here. Field name has your variable names, and length also you can give. And declare is data type. Data types are character, numeric, dates, times, and everything. So field name, type, data element. This I have explained. Field name, type, database table name, and field name. Okay. So you can also refer using like, and now I want to use a data for, like I want to use a variable for Matner. LB Matner, how do we define? LB Matner. Type, Matner is also fine. And data,
Table.
yes. Why Matner is fine? Because Matner itself is a data element. Matner itself is a data element, that is why it is fine. If Matner is not a data element, then it will throw you an error. Since it is a data element, that is why it is not giving you an error. See here, Matner. Here Matner is fine because you are referring the table and field name. So second type is it should be a data element. Third type should be a table name and field name. Correct? Are you able to make the difference? Right?
Yes.
So if I'm trying to, I'll go to table Mara. 1 second. I will show you. Now in any type, you just take this pstat. Pstat is a field name, but pstat is not a data element. Pstat underscore d is the data element. Now what I'll do? I'll declare for pstat. I'll do pstat. Type pstat is not possible.
Yes. It will show an error.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as here, pstat, Mara, pstat, pstat. So now I'll try to activate. Give me an error. Right? And pstat.
It is already declared.
Okay, it is still taking, which is not correct. Okay, please that name is different structure. Okay, not an issue. Generate will throw you an error, but if you give underscore d, it will take you properly. Because in Mara table, it is data element should be single you can give, but field names you have to assign referring the table name. These are the three methods that we declare internal variables inside your program. Okay, so I think we have seen the
Yes.
single program, how we write. The basic steps for writing a program that first create a structure and declare internal table work area. First create a structure to declare internal table work area, then comes a select query. Okay, after that select query, you will loop the data and display. Today I will see, I think we have seen till here, select query is done. Now I
Yes.
want to display the data. Currently we are not working with DLPs, so I'm just showing you how do we basically display any data inside our program. So how do we do it? We have a something like loop. So what will you loop? We will have to loop on the table, right?
IT table.
Yes. What is the table name? Internal table. So loop at IT table into your work area. What is work area? Work area table. So syntax of loop you want, then I can give you loop. You have to control and control plus your this symbol. This symbol is for commenting lines, and similarly this is for uncommenting your lines. Okay, so I think this is for Ashish. And you can also comment using this double quotes. Comment. Right? So you can use, now I want to comment this line, what I'll do, control and less than button I'll press, it is commented. Control and greater than I press, it is open. Okay? So you can check on your systems also, this one. And control D. One more I'll tell you, control plus D is copying same line. Copy line. Okay. So how does I'll click on this line and do control D, same line will get the next line. Okay. So that is use of control D. Control S and everything is same. So now you have looped it. Syntax for loop is loop at your internal table into your work area. Dot end loop. Okay. So inside your program, you have to do, now you have selected each table. Yeah, so each data from internal table to your work area. Now you have to display your work, you display all the data. So how do you display? So,
All right.
right. So work area, table. This also you can do. You can also do single fields. Matter, comma, work area, table. What is that? These all columns, like whatever you have. ERSDA, MTAT, MATPL. Because your output is that structure. Work area, table, MTAT, comma, work area, table, MATPL. Okay, we both can do. So I'll just write the comment this and I'll activate it. Activate your program. There are errors. Work area table is what is it? Work area. Okay, we have not declared any work area. Work area table one. No, but that is for students only. We will have to declare a new work area. So how will I declare work area? Data, work area, table, only type. In internal table, you should give as a type table of, but here you will give only type TY method. Correct? Dot. This is your work area table. Now I have activating. It will give me proper activation. Right? So is it clear? How do we look at it?
Yes.
Okay, now I just show how the output is. Okay, so how much is the entry in the table? 21,000. So your loops will run for 21,000. So if you want to check how it looks, how work area and internal table looks, see internal table is having your sorted data like this. Right. So it is having data and now your first data, first line of your internal table first comes in your work area. Work area Nabito is initial. It is not having any data. Okay. When I execute this loop line, when I execute this line, when I go to next statement, your work area will have data. It is still not having data because first row of your internal table is also empty. It is only showing 000 in ERSDA. So the same is showing in 00 ERSDA. If I go for next loop again, press first F5. Oh, sorry. Okay, so your output is looking like this because 21,000 entries will come in like this. Okay. So each line of your internal table goes into work area, then it will display as an output.
Okay.
So Ashish, any doubts here? So how do we declare sorting and everything? Any doubts, Rashid?
No doubts.
So you can practice, of course. I think you had a time. Did you go through? We had discussed that you will have doubts and you will discuss this in this session. No issues. We can still practice. We can talk on tomorrow also for this. So I will suggest now what we will do. So we have taken all the entries. Since you saw IT table has around 21,000 table data, which is like your Mara table. I'll go. This is there is a T code called SE16N, which is like similar to SE11, Ashish. You can write it down where you will see table data. In SE11, you can do create and everything you can do, but in SE11, you can only see the data, output data of the table. So here I just, it looks like this. Mara, enter Mara, press enter. And you will see all the columns. If you want to see particular records on particular time and date, you can give input here. Execute this, you will see all the data. All the data here. Okay, now if you want to see data only created by 33 users. So I'll copy this 33 user and you can add username is where created by. Okay, I'll give this, sorry. I have to copy this first. Click on this, copy, Control C, go back, and I'll created by name, is to paste the resume, then entry. So you will see data which is only created by this user. So this functionality you have in SE16N. SE11 also you have, but you have to select columns and everything. Okay. So this is like more user friendly for visualize UI purpose. Okay, SE11 makes like अभी आप SE11 में देखोगे यही टेबल तो आपको कुछ समझ में ही नहीं आएगा. It looks very much like, and go open this. How do we see from here? There are only these many columns. If you want to give that data here, you can give it here. यहाँ पे that it is not looking like the user friendly. So generally that is why we use this to understand what is the data that we are seeing is correct or not. So suppose the same thing what I have done here, the same thing what I have done in user in this table, I will do in my program. So how many entries for this user? How many entries we got? We got only 8 entries. Right? So this functionality you can add it in your program select query also. If you go in SE16 and click on the settings button, it will show you a complete select query. Select star from Mara. Up to this you cannot write into corresponding table of your time. These are like dynamic tables. Bypassing where ER num is equals to this because I have given the value in the input. Similarly, you can create an input. Right? So you also can create input. How do we create an input? So there is some input functionalities we have